We didn't get a video out on Sunday. I went to town. We finished up the paperwork for the new boat, and then I got back. Then I got stuck in town for a day, and then the next day came, and I put everything on the boat and came back out here. I came back at high tide, and there was a storm coming, and so we pulled the boat straight out of the water. But due to the tide being, it's almost an 18, we couldn't get the tractor and the Jeep back over because the trail was covered in water. So we decided just to leave it, go back the next morning, pick it up. Unfortunately, the Jeep would not start, so we are going over there to start the Jeep up now. I got the trickle charger and a generator to help us with the work. Raven, what'd you get? Raven loves to eat mussels, and then she gets sick.
A little twisty generator.
Well, we got everything back over here. The Jeep, the tractor. Look, it's all here looking pretty. It was in the beginning of the video, you see a boat. Well, that's Jason. A few months ago, he got the exact same boat that we're getting. So I never met him. I just seen him pull up in the parking lot with the 2500 Stabicraft, and we were like, hey dude, that's the boat we're getting. So he's taken us out on the boat and let us walk inside and, you know, check it out and make sure that was the boat we wanted, and it was cool. He goes out here and fishes for winter kings, and it was nice seeing him this morning. You know, that's another thing my mother-in-law says, is she's like, you know, there's no such thing as bad weather. There's just bad equipment, you know, like bad clothing. And I think that's pretty true. And so that's one thing that I think we lump the boat into, is that it's for us, it's equipment. You know, we've lived out here. We bought this place almost 8 years ago, and we've lived out here going on 6 years now, full time. And getting back and forth to town is a little challenging in the winter with our little boat. So, you know, for safety, it's going to be nice having a bigger boat, and that's the main reason why we got it. Another reason is we've literally haven't done hardly any exploring, any trips or anything, just because of the size of our boat. You know, we don't want to get stuck in any, you know, bad weather and put ourselves at risk. So we're going from a 25 foot. From a 20 foot to a 25 foot, and it's our boat now has a 6.5 foot beam, and we're going to a 8.5 foot. Is that right? 8.5 foot? Yeah, I guess that is right. Anyway, so it's definitely a bigger boat. It's a more safe boat, and so we are really looking forward to this summer doing a lot more fishing and exploring the inside passage of Alaska. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that's who that boat was. When I saw him this morning, I go, let me get a shot of that. And there's another, let's go back up here. I got something I want to show you. So the other thing we got was Starlink. We've been waiting on this thing for over a year. It finally showed up, but, and there's a big but. When we first pre-registered to be on the beta testing, basically it just said, point your phone up in the sky. So I came out here and pointed up in the sky, and it was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. You know, and so I was thinking I was just going to put it in the backyard. So then when you get the program and it go into setup, it has you pointed up in the sky, and now it's like, oh yeah, you know, back then they didn't even have satellites up here yet. So they were just like, oh, it's open sky, good. So I went back there the other day and I pointed up in the sky, and it was like, no, there's too many obstructions, meaning trees. So I went down to the beach and pointed it around, and it was like, perfect. That is perfect. But the problem is it comes with like a 25 foot cable. And so to get down to the beach, I had to order a 150 foot cable. And so it's going to be another couple of weeks before we can get the Starlink up and running. But when we do, maybe we want to try some live streams out. Anyways, that's the situation with Starlink. Yes, we've got it. We just can't install it yet. Also want to do a shout out to Kevin, who gave me this really cool updated Army hat. He said mine was old and needed to be retired like me. So thank you. I appreciate it. It's a lot warmer than the old ones too. So I'm really enjoying it. And then to Pat and Kathy, they had some old nautical, basically all of the charts that are used going up and down the inside passage. So a big shout out to them, man. Those things are really going to come in handy when we start traveling the beautiful waters of Southeast Alaska. I can't wait. And we also wanted to say thank you to everybody who has sent us Christmas cards. We really appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you. Well, today the storm came. It's really windy facing our way. My wife's taken off to Fairbanks for Christmas in a couple days, so instead of just taking her to town, we're going to bring a helicopter in to pick her up, and that way we don't have to jeopardize me getting stuck in town and then the chickens dying off. So yeah, in 2 days they're gonna fly in, pick her up, and then she's gonna go spend Christmas in Fairbanks with her family. That's the, like we've talked about earlier, that's the price you pay when you don't have any neighbors in the winter, is you just can't do vacations together. So anyways, tomorrow it's supposed to warm up, and then it's supposed to start raining, so we can probably say goodbye to the snow for a little bit. We'll see. We'll keep you posted. Well, the time has arrived. It's time for my wife to head into town and go spend time with the family for Christmas. So we're waiting on a helicopter ride now.
I miss you.
Well,
Brian went last year, so I promised my nieces and nephews that I'd do a switcheroony this year. So he's gonna hold down the fort, and I'm gonna go hang out in Fairbanks for a while.
there you go. Next stop, and the helicopter pilot is a guy who owns a cabin out here, so it's blowing pretty good, 20 to 30 knots right now, but we're in safe hands. He's a pretty good pilot.
Thanks, Jamal.
Yeah, thanks, Jamal. Mom, are you excited?
Yes.
Tell us the truth.
No.
So we're curious if it's going to be a bigger bird or a smaller bird, because it's gusting up to 30 right now. So I don't know. We'll find out. Love you, sugar.
Good, brother.
How you doing?
Yeah, man, how you guys holding up out here?
A little windy.
Yeah. It's about to get real cold and windy.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Is that why you're getting out of here?
Yeah, I'm supposed to head to Fairbanks. So.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Okay.
Walk straight at that. Put your bag in the back seat.
Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Bye,
All right,
guys.
Mom.
Man,
See you
see
soon.
ya. Just like that, she's gone. Now it's just me and the puppies. Hey, come here. Listen, come here, Skipper. Oh, goodness gracious. Listen, these two are definitely missing their mama. Oh, I know your mama. She went on a little vacation. So, the puppies. Yes, hi, Skipper. Okay. The puppies are missing their mama. Me and Steve Funk are going to go on a hunt trip tomorrow. We're going to see if we can find a deer or two. Get some back to the island and processed. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Live free. We'll see you next week.